Fatbergs and Chopsticks. What a weird week. Also, happy Valentine's Day.
Hi, everybody. It's Weird.
This is like crazy being here.
Weird.
Really weird tales.
Bigfoot eats out of my trash.
Well, I got a great show for you today with some wonderful weird stuff.
Hi, friends. I'm Scott. This is What a Weird Week. We are a show that catches you up on all the weird things that happen in the news. So the weird stories, the odd stories, the interesting stories. You can get all the stuff we talk about in more detail, and you can find out how to listen to our show, other things, if you go to shownotes.page. So all our show notes are at shownotes.page. This is Season 6, episode Can't Remember for February 14th, 2025. Happy Valentine's Day.
Number 10.
We do have some Valentine stories coming up in the episode, but first let's tackle this Fatberg story. So CNN's headline was Sewer Fatberg of Grease and Rags forces Bryan Adams to cancel Australia show. So Fatberg is not a word I have said before. Fatberg, it kind of rolls off the tongue. I didn't know if I'd be able to get through it because, you know, I'm a germaphobe and I'm wound up pretty tight, you guys, but I seem to be saying Fatberg just fine. It's a personal breakthrough. So this story is about, you know, the legendary performer Bryan Adams, Canadian performer, superstar Bryan Adams, set to perform in Australia, and the venue, the sewer pipes were clogged up with Fatbergs. Right? One Fatberg? Anyway, so authorities said, no, we just can't take the strain. Could be a disaster, a gross disaster. So they had to cancel the show because of this blockage, this Fatberg business. Just unpleasant for everyone involved. We linked to the story, but there's not a photo of the Fatberg, if that's what you were hoping for. I'm kind of happy it's just a photo of Bryan Adams in concert, but we'll link to that story if you click shownotes.page. I'll tell you what, if I ever have a situation where the plumber's over at the house and he says, it's a Fatberg, I'm just calling the realtor. I'm just selling my house. I'm not comfortable living in a world with Fatbergs, you guys.
Number 9.
Number 9, Minnesota man sets world record for fastest disc golf round. I would call it Frisbee golf, but maybe that's copyright something. A fellow named Jonathan, 30 years old from Minnesota. He says he's just a recreational disc golfer, so not a pro or anything, you guys, but he dared to dream, and he has a world record for the fastest 18 holes of disc golf. Now, if it's not a thing where you are, our show goes out, you know, on the internet, and sometimes we'll get a note back like, what the heck are you talking about? So maybe you don't have it where you're at, but it's flinging a Frisbee. You're far away from a golf pin. You fling the Frisbee until you can hit that golf pin with your Frisbee, and then you move on to the next hole. So 18 holes of disc golf. How long do you think that would take you? The world record, Jonathan did it in 4 minutes, 58 seconds and something. Under 5 minutes for disc golf. And if you don't have it where you're at, like, it's not mini golf or putt-putt. It is far away. You're flinging that Frisbee like Jonathan would have been hustling. Wild. So well done, Jonathan. Fast disc golf. I'm sure you created a lot of memories in that wonderful round of golf that took 5 minutes.
Number 8.
Number 8, quick story about the chopsticks that spilled. A truck carrying thousands of chopsticks lost its load on the California highway, and the California Highway Patrol social media said it turned into a game of pickup sticks. Hey, that's a solid dad joke. So shout out to California Highway Patrol and everyone who, you know, responded to that situation. We'll link to the photo, and I think we have the audio too from a surveillance camera. Get it? You guys? Hey? Chopsticks.
Number 7.
Number 7, Jose Valencia made headlines this week. Colombian circus performer who got a Guinness World Record for juggling while doing a headstand. Like, sometimes these world records, you know, the one with the ping pong ball and the shaving cream or whatever, somebody ate a large sandwich. Those world records, I like them because I think, hey, maybe I could do that. Maybe I could attain greatness. But juggling is hard. I cannot do that. And then juggling while doing a headstand? What even? What? My hair hurts. Just thinking about it, my hair hurts. Congratulations, Jose. Juggling 5 balls for 45 minutes in a headstand. That was the world record.
Number 6.
Number 6 is a Valentine story. Our episode is dropping on Valentine's Day 2025, but this has something for everyone, whether you're celebrating, maybe you're not celebrating, maybe you're in love, maybe you're definitely not in love, the opposite. So this is something that made headlines, the dating or dumping promotion to raise money for the Memphis Zoo. You could donate $10. They would send an e-card, an e-Valentine to your true love of an adorable red panda. So you could do that. Or for $10, you could send an elephant taking a dump, a video of an elephant taking a dump to somebody. So I'm assuming your ex or somebody you do not love, or perhaps somebody you want to dump. And you're like, hey, see this elephant? That's also our relationship. You dumped. I don't know. I'm not, I don't work for Hallmark, but that could be a card. Hallmark. You should get in touch, Hallmark. I got 1 million of them.
Number 5.
Number 5, similar to the last story, it's a Valentine's promotion, and we've heard of these before. This is an aquarium in Schenectady, New York, where you could pay $1. They'll name a cockroach after your ex, or perhaps somebody you playfully would like to see consumed by reptiles. And then that's what they do. They name the bug after the person, and then they feed that bug to the reptiles at the aquarium. They film the whole thing so everyone can see it. Everyone gets to experience the bug getting eaten, and perhaps it's finally a chance for you to move on. And yes, I'm talking to you, Gary and Charlene. You guys, you burned bright, but you need to let it go. You guys need to move on. This portion of the program brought to you by Charlene and Gary, breaking up and getting back together since 2021. Okay, up next, terrible story. Just terrible news about an asteroid, you guys. So look forward to that. It's next. This is What a Weird Week. It's a show where we catch you up on the weird news that occurred this week, the odd stuff, the interesting things.
Number 4.
This one is the asteroid that at first they thought had a 1.3% chance of hitting the Earth and destroying much of it. And now they've readjusted the math and they think there's a higher chance that this asteroid will hit us. Asteroid name is 2024 YR4. Initially, they made note of it and they were like, ooh, that's, there's a slight chance that could hit us. That wouldn't be good for planet Earth. But, 1.3%. Now, it's almost twice as likely that the asteroid will hit us. Still, 2-point-something%. But I would like to, if we could get that down to 0%, if that is something, is it possible we could do that? The experts do say most likely it will pass by us and do no harm, but there is a chance that it could kablammy us. Kablammy. By the way, this has potential to occur in 2032, so stay vigilant.
Number 3.
Okay, this one, I debated putting this one in, you guys, on Valentine's Day too, but it's about couples fighting, and maybe it would make you feel better about your situation if you fight about money. We all do, according to the stats, and this survey says that on average, we fight more than once a week with our spouse or significant other about money. 58 times a year we fight about money. So more than once a week we're fighting about money. So if you're less than that, hey, well done. You should be teaching a course. Anyway, I'll link, they get into some other stuff about couples and relationships, whatever, and I'll link to the whole deal. This is from Study Finds. We'll link to that in the show notes or go to shownotes.page.
Number 2.
All right, another delicious Valentine story. This one is about Domino's Pizza in the United States and how they are offering pepperoni scented perfume as a wonderful gift for your Valentine. Perhaps they are someone who is a fan of pizza, or perhaps you're a fan of pizza and you want them to smell like pepperoni. You could also just rub pepperoni all over yourself. If I'm not trying to sorry, Domino's, I'm not getting all up in your biz here. I'm just saying that this is a limited time publicity stunt or, attempt to get attention for the brand. So if it's sold out when you click and you're like, darn it, I wanted to smell like pepperoni. There is also actual pepperoni, which you could purchase and rub all over yourself. Either way, happy Valentine's Day. We'll link to that story in the show notes. Honorable mention. This week, the honorable mention goes to the square on Mars. What is it, and why is there so much excitement about it? Well, if you haven't seen it, we'll link to the photo. These are legit photos from a legit source. Well, I should say, many times when the photo gets shared, it's been doctored, it's been brightened up, or, doctored in another way, or made into some sort of funny meme. But the photos do come from a legit source. It's some sort of square structure. If you haven't seen it, you could convince yourself it was like the ruins of a building, maybe. But also it could be a naturally occurring thing, and we just don't know. But the excitement level is rising because some of the heavyweights are weighing in on this. Elon Musk says, we need to go to there and investigate immediately. That's kind of me paraphrasing, but that's the level of excitement. And Joe Rogan has weighed in on this weird deal on Mars. So if you want to see the photo or the latest with the square on Mars, click the show notes.
Number 1.
Okay, this one is from the chocolate company Ghirardelli or Ghirardelli. I pronounce it one way. My sister says it another way. Usually I pronounce it with my mouth full anyway, but however you say it. So they're winning Valentines with this Chocolocket that got a lot of publicity for them. It is a 14 karat gold locket that is custom made. It's the perfect size. You open the locket and you can fit a Ghirardelli chocolate square in there. So for Valentine's Day, boom, giving away a jewelry and delicious chocolate. 2 of the all-time great Valentine's gifts. So congratulations to the marketing team at Ghirardelli for cutting through the noise and getting some attention for the brand. I'll link to the whole thing, but when I click through, it's chocolocket.com. So at the time we're recording, it's not available for me. Maybe you'll have better luck, or maybe you'll be inspired. You click the thing and it's not available, but you're inspired to craft your own jewelry, edible jewelry. Perhaps, out of licorice and bananas. It's also romantic, right? Okay, we're going to stop there, and thank you for listening to What a Weird Week. We are a program that comes out once a week with the weird news and the odd news and the interesting news, and you can get everything we talk about in more detail. You can find out how to listen, different places, and you can get in touch with us and all that. If you go to shownotes.page, that's where all the show notes are, shownotes.page. So we'll catch you next week with more weird stuff on What a Weird Week.